Welcome to another Coach's Corner with Coach Vince Alexander. Coach, after dropping the season opener, your team has won 4 straight. What has that changed after your first loss?
Well, I think it just exposed some things with our team. You know, we had been talking with them all along about making sure that every game you come out, you're ready to play, that you bring that intensity and that focus and energy in every game, because every game you play against someone else is a big game to them. So I thought our guys got the opportunity to see that. And of course we went down, but I think they've responded real well to that. And so I have to think that maybe it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what happens when you're ranked high in the nation in the preseason.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Let's take a step back for a second, though, and talk about your trip to Puerto Rico. What did a trip like that do for your team, and was it the first time some of your guys had even been out of the country?
Definitely the first time that some of them had been out of the country. And what it does for our team, to us, it brought us closer together. We experienced a loss our very first game of the season. Being a highly ranked team, you come in, you lose that first game, that could really break you. You know, it could break your guys, and you don't have but 24 hours to turn around. In our case, we had less than 24 hours. We had to turn around and play a game at 11 o'clock the next morning. So we didn't have time to sulk. We had to turn it right back around and get on the court and be ready to go. I thought it did us some good to do that. Our guys bounced back well. They understood that we had given up something that we shouldn't have, and they didn't want it to happen again. So, since then, I think they've done a great job. The other thing I think it did for our team was it brought us a little closer together. And we were hoping that. We got to do a lot of things together. You know, we had an opportunity to, go on some trips and do some things, go to some schools and do some clinics for some kids. It was really neat. And it was nice to see our guys come together to do those things.
Yeah, I bet. Well, since that loss in Puerto Rico, you've averaged 86 points a game since then, including back-to-back games over 90 points. Do you expect that out of the production out of your players this year, or is that unexpected?
Well, I don't think it's unexpected. We have a really good team. We have a really good group of guys. Now, the thing that we have to focus on is being ready every game, every night. I think this is something that this team can do. We have a lot of depth. We play 12 guys a game, and all 12 of them are pretty good. Most of them, the 5 guys we bring off the bench would probably start on a lot of Division II programs, in a lot of Division II programs. But we have to continue to focus on coming out every game and playing as hard as we can. And I think we will have that kind of result. We will be able to score a lot of points, and we'll be able to defend and rebound and do all those things we need to do to be successful.
Yeah, and I think your depth was really evident in your last home game when you guys put up that big number and held your opponents to only a low percentage in the first half of points.
Yeah.
But you don't have another home game for a month. Do you think this is going to be tough for your team? This
is going to be a big stretch for us. It's going to be tough. Of course, when you have to play on the road, and our next 5 games are on the road, it's a tough stretch, but it will tell a lot about our team. Now, will it be the end of our season? No. We went on a tough stretch last year. We came back and we won the region. And God willing, we're going to do the same thing. Yeah. We're not going to worry about but one game at a time. Our focus right now is Rollins College. We're going to worry about Rollins, and we're going to try our best to go out and take care of them. God willing, we do that. God willing, we come out of this 5-0. But if not, we can't let it break our season. We got to continue to focus on that ultimate goal, and that's to be playing late March.
Yeah. So, you were saying you face Rollins, the next day you turn on and you play St. Leo. Do you think you're prepared for that back-to-back game like that?
I think we are prepared for that back-to-back game. I think when you go back to what we talked about earlier in this conversation, what Puerto Rico did for us, you can add that to that, we had to play back-to-back games. And like I said, the first game we played, we lost, and we got out of that gym about 9:30, and we had to be back in the gym at 9:30 the next morning. So you had a 12-hour turnaround. So we'll be prepared. We'll be ready.
Yeah. We'll get into a few of your players. You returned Alvin Brown to the lineup this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently leading the country in blocks and has already posted games where he has blocked 5, 9, and 10 shots. Is this what you expected from him?
Yeah, we waited 2 years for this. So, you know, you expect Alvin to block a lot of shots.
Yeah.
He can do that. And on top of that, I think the rust is starting to come off. Mm-hmm. He's starting to get, you know, comfortable. He's gaining more and more confidence, which could be good for us. It'd be good for him, but it'd be really good for us if we can get that. He's starting to get some offensive confidence, which would be really good. We need him to block shots, but we also need him to do some other things, which he's starting to do. So let's hope and pray that continues.
Yes, I hear you. Well, has there been one person that surprised you this far?
Well, I wouldn't say. I would say there's one person, maybe two people that have surprised me. I think Shane Porcher has done a phenomenal job for us. It started back in preseason. He's done a really nice job. He's had a great turnaround. If you know, many of our fans watched him last year. From last year to this year, they probably wouldn't recognize him, but he's done a phenomenal job. Also, I would say that Kenley Branch has surprised me a little bit because he doesn't play defense, and I think he's starting to play a little bit. I saw him dive on the floor for the first time in his career here, which might have been the first time in his career, period, that he's dove on the floor for a loose ball, and that was in Puerto Rico. So he's a surprise to me right now. He's doing a great job, honestly. He's doing a great job.
Well, good. That's good to hear. Going to Paul Larson, preseason All-American. So far, he's averaging 13 points and 8 boards a game. Is this the type of numbers you expected from him?
Yeah, he'll do better. I mean, you got to realize last game he played 15 to 17 minutes.
Yeah.
And he had 13 points and 8 boards or 9 boards or something like that. If he's playing 30 minutes like he's going to play on most nights, that's going to be big for us. It'll be big for him. So Paul is a very good player. We're very blessed and very fortunate to have him.
Yes. Well, now on to Devontae. What are your thoughts on how he's played this season?
I think Devontae's doing a great job. Of course, he's having to fill in, for Raymond Nelson, who was a tremendous player for us. He was our press break. He was everything. And Devontae's having to fill in. Now, Devontae backed him up last year, so that's not, Devontae's a very good player. I do think, however, his minutes are way up, and, he's had some turnovers that I don't like, and we've got to try to get that down. The other thing I think is he does need to look to score more for us, which we told him prior to last game, and I think he came out and might have scored like the first 6 points or something like that. He can score. Yeah. And we need him to score because we don't want teams to get in the habit of playing off of him or just, not guarding him and guarding others. He's a threat. He needs to be a threat. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job right now. He needs to continue to do that.
Yep. Well, Coach, it's been a joy watching you this year so far, and we wish you the best of luck. And thanks for joining us again at the Coach's Corner.
Thank you very much.